Alright, well my name is Christopher Hunt, and I worked for AG Ice Cream Enterprises in the summer of 1996 and the summer of 1997 when I drove an ice cream vending vehicle. So I drove an ice cream truck for 2 summers.
So I didn't really like getting ice cream from the ice cream truck because I had to stand in line and then I had to tell the guy what I wanted, and I was always afraid to do that.
Oh, we sold everything. We sold every variety of bomb pop you can name.
I eat the cheap kind.
We sold all the cartoon faces, which were basically frozen water with dye in it, but each one would have a gumball. And so the kids are paying like $1.25 for a chunk of frozen water and a gumball.
They all taste the same, like sugar and water.
And we sold Choco Tacos.
Ben & Jerry's is really good just in general.
Haagen-Dazs. Oh, coffee ice cream. Yes, coffee ice cream is my absolute favorite.
The music, there are 4 choices of songs on the ice cream truck will play. There's the one that I always played was Turkey in the Straw, and then there's The Entertainer. There was another one that I can't really remember.
And we had one ice cream truck that was just a pickup truck that had like a clown head on the top of it, and it just had a bell that it would ring. It would just be like
ding, ding, ding. The only thing I could think of was it was supposed to sound like a bell, but it was the most depressing bell I've ever heard. So.
And it drove really fast through the neighborhood. And I definitely never bought ice cream from that truck because it creeped me out.
I think one of the tricks to being a happy ice cream man was being able to tune out the music, because I actually knew a couple ice cream men who would get like the ice cream man rage because they had to listen to the music all day and they couldn't tune it out, and so it kind of drove them nuts.
And she was a red-haired girl and kind of chubby. And every time the ice cream truck would go by, she would scream. She had a little bit of a lisp. She would be like, "Daddy, the ice cream truck!"
And then when you were pretty close, you'd flip the music on, right, and see the reaction when they heard it. And they'd all sort of go like, first they'd freeze. They sort of stiffen up and they'd freeze.
Deer in the headlights.
And yeah, exactly. You know, and they wouldn't be able to move. And they'd sort of, until their brains recognized the sound. And then the craziest thing was they do the ice cream man dance, right? So, and you know how little kids dance. They flail their arms around, and you know they're jumping up and down and moving their legs back and forth.
And she would always get ice cream.
Because the parents are absolutely powerless to say no to their kids, because the kids will just throw a fit, you know?
And we walked, like, probably, I'm guessing, 4 miles looking for ice cream.
Qual que é o seu sorvete favorito?
Mm-hmm.
O meu sorvete favorito? Eu experimentei Magnum.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, we have those in England too, but I never saw them. Lauren liked the cones, but there were these really suggestive posters in England of a woman eating a Magnum bar. And they were on the sides of all the bus stops and in the subway. They were everywhere.
Mi Magnum y yo.
Well, she was definitely not a Latina woman on the posters in London. So
I had one of my tires blew up one time, way out in the middle of nowhere, and I had to get towed all the way back to Dover.
And like it had like all this ice cream and stuff on top of it. It was the most disgusting thing in the world, and we mixed it all up so it looked even more disgusting, and then ate the whole thing, the 4 of us.
Hi, I'm the ice cream man and my truck is broken down. Can I use your phone to call my boss?
Nossa, que delícia.
E como é?
Chocolate branco.
¿Y cómo es?
No posso descrever.
Two companies that have a pretty much monopoly on the ice cream business.
It was a pretty interesting experience. I mean, I got shot at one time when I was driving the ice cream truck, and they shot out my back window.
Mark and I have a conspiracy theory that the two are actually one and the same.
And so there's like these turf wars, and the ice cream men, you know, have these like battles. And then like, you know, they'll hit the same neighborhood at the same time and like drive around, like circle each other with their music playing.
And they just use two different names so that they can monopolize.
It's not like the happy-go-lucky sort of thing that everybody makes it out to be. I mean, it can be sort of violent in a way.
Those two companies are Nestle and Bressler.
The ice cream sellers who always made the most money were the girls.
They both got quality products.
They would sell ice cream to the mechanics, right? And this is how the scheme actually worked, right? And the girls would wear really short shorts and, you know, little tank tops, and the mechanics, they're, you know, these mechanics, you know, sort of hard-working blue-collar guys. They would figure out which ice creams were always stacked way in the back of the freezers, right?
What can I say about the Magnum? It's energy. It's $5.50.
I want a fudge bomb, you know? And so the girl has to reach way down, you know, bend over, reach way down the back of the cooler, get out the fudge bomb, give it to him, you know. The next mechanic comes up, I want a fudge bomb, you know. So again, you know, oh, you want this one, right?
So, Nestle and Bressler are pretty much everywhere you go.
There's sort of a little bit of I wouldn't say prostitution, but I would say there's definitely some sleazy aspects of the ice cream truck industry that not many people know about. But I mean, it's not just for little kids. Nobody I ever knew sold drugs out of the ice cream truck, but I would get asked at least once a day if I sold drugs out of the ice cream truck, and I always had to say, no, I don't have any drugs. I think I could have made a lot more money selling drugs than ice cream, but I just never got around to it, I guess.
You like ice cream?
Yes.
You like Good Humor ice cream?
I like any kind.
I like ice cream, but now it makes me throw up.
Have you ever had Breyer's ice cream or Good Humor ice cream?
Never in my life.
Good Humor?
Never in my life.
What do you think of those companies?
Which companies?
Breyer's or Good Humor?
Breyer's is too chalky.
How do you know if you've never had it?
And Breyer's is chalky, even though it's all natural. I prefer Turkey Hill because I'm from Berks County and we're Pennsylvania Dutch and we make Turkey Hill.
Have you ever had Good Humor ice cream?
No.
Do you like Breyer's?
Yes.
I'm gonna go to the stomach doctor to find out what it is.
Have you ever lost your teeth eating ice cream?
I never lost them eating ice cream, but I lost them at a football game and swimming across a lake. Oh, and eating cheesecake!
Of course I like ice cream.
What's your favorite kind of ice cream?
Vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry.
Who makes that?
I'm sure a lot of people make it.
A number of people buy the cartons of Breyer's ice cream and they use it to decorate their table at Christmas time.
Chocolate marshmallow.
The green leaf symbol.
Huh?
Ice cream.
I don't. Ice cream isn't my thing right now, even.
Do you like ice cream?
Yes.
What kinds?
All kinds per year.
I like a bowl. I don't like cones. I like vanilla and mint chocolate chip.
Look at the camera.
That's about it.
Oh, Bill just bought me some more ice cream bars, so I got lots at the house to start out the new year.
I mostly have vanilla, but for myself. But we have every kind that Swan's makes.
A mocha chip is good too. Now my mind is clicking into gear here.
And what's my bars called, Bill, that you picked up for me today?
But I only
Good Humor?
a couple hours, and they're like
with the nuts and the. That's enough. That's enough.
And we used to make peach, and we made strawberry, and we made chocolate.
When I was about 8 years old, I went to the store and bought 5-cent popsicles, which were chocolate coated, vanilla chocolate coated popsicles put out by Hershey Company. And in the very inside, every so often there was an F-R-E-E. And if you ate that popsicle and you got to the middle of the stick and you took that stick back to the grocer, he was obligated to give you another popsicle because the company provided a free popsicle. So.
And the point of this
And at one time, I went to the grocer, and I went to the ice cream store, and I bought a popsicle, and was eating it on the way home. And after I had it all eaten, I went back and told the man who ran the ice cream store I dropped my popsicle. So he gave me another one. I had 2 free popsicles.
And every Saturday night, a couple of the farmer families would get together at one or the other place, and they'd make ice cream. And we went up to 2 farms up. It was French's lived up there, and they made ice cream. Well, this is back when they milk, you put it in those big milk cans and set it out, you know. And their cows got in the garlic patch.
Oh no!
And they had refused the milk that day. They had to open the lid and they'd smell it to see if the cows had gotten into anything and disflavor the milk.
Oh yeah!
And they made the ice cream with this garlic. Oh, and there were kids, you know, galore, and the 3 families, and us, and we all, you know, ice cream. We outside eating, you know. Everybody looked at it. We went down, threw it down where the pigs were, you know. We took the dishes in. Oh, you boys done? You want more ice cream? No, we had enough tonight. Oh, that was terrible.
It's too chalky.
It has a weird aftertaste. It's not creamy.
Tastes chalky.
Chalky. Because I really don't like vanilla in Breyer's brand.
But Breyer's, I wouldn't have stopped to buy the second time.
Ever.
Well, maybe if I had no other.
It's all right, second best.
Second best?
But I like Swan's best.
Breyer's is one of the least that I eat.
Yeah, because it's chalky. You've got to always drink water. You've got to drink ice water after you eat Breyer's ice cream to wash down the chalk.
Right.
And when Breyer's ice cream melts, it's almost like milk of magnesium. It's chalky. So if I have a choice, I'd pay a few cents more and buy Haagen-Dazs.